Hey everybody, this is Alan Fine. I am here with two gentlemen from Villas of Distinction. We've got Willie Fernandez, who's the Vice President and General Manager, and we've got Steve Lassman, who's the Vice President of Villa Product and Agency Relations. And we are going to talk about what it's like to have international villas at a time of a health crisis. And this is Insider Travel Report. Okay, guys, so where are you and how are you?
So I am in Florida, actually Orlando to be exact, doing well. Excited that the theme parks have started to open, with Universal opening up a couple weeks ago. Disney, I actually have Disney in my backyard, literally in my backyard, getting ready to open up July 11th.
Are you excited to go, or are you excited because it signals the villas opening up?
A combination of both. The villas have actually already started to open up. The governor gave the okay a couple weeks ago, and we've been booking the Florida villas incredibly well. It's probably our best kept secret in terms of product, but I'm also anxious to get back to the theme parks. You know, when you live here, Disney really becomes close to your heart, and we've missed it, and we're anxious to get back.
And Steve, where are you?
And I'm in North Carolina, about 35 miles west of Wilmington, in golf and farm country. And it's just great to be here. It's great to get to see destinations opening up. Obviously, they're opening up slowly, and it's kind of a work in progress in each destination. But it is just good to be seeing bookings being made, talking to travel advisors, because let's be honest, it's been a long road for everybody, but especially the travel advisor, who's really worked exceedingly hard. And, the compensation for them, is their commission, and people aren't traveling. So we really feel, for what they're going through. And I'm sure during this talk, we're going to talk a little bit about what we are doing to try and help them. But it's a pleasure to be here, and Willie and I just are looking forward to chatting.
That's great. That's great. Well, let me get my arms around this. So I've read you're in over 50 countries. How many villas, and what does it take to become a villa of distinction?
So we're in 52 destinations right now, and growing. And when I say that, Steve and I are constantly looking at new destinations, even looking at new locations within the destinations that we offer already. The portfolio right now is about 3,200 properties within those 52 locations, and also growing. In fact, we're getting ready to bring on about 300 additional properties domestically here in the U.S., which will bring that number up closer to 3,500. To become a villa of distinction and to make it into our portfolio, Steve and I spent a good couple months working on defining standards for our villas, standards for the destination where these villas are located, and then standards for the owner, right? And the relationship that we want to have with the owner. One of the things that we're most proud of, Alan, is what we often say is we're never going to have the most vacation rental or villa product in the industry. And that's by design. We guarantee the product in that every product that we have, we personally inspect it and vet it, either myself, Steve, or a member of the team. And that assures the guest and even the travel advisor, when booking that guest, that the vacation that guest is going to have is going to be bar none but the best.
So it gives the property a seal of approval.
Absolutely.
100%. And, we do have boots on the ground in every destination we offer. We also have a 24/7 customer care line here in North America. So we just want to make sure that the guest and their travel advisor never feel like they're on an island by themselves. So the vetting, the standing behind what we sell, and having boots on the ground and a 24/7 customer care gives the advisor that assurance that, they're in good hands.
Is there something different about the Villas of Distinction from other collections?
How we're different is in our philosophy and our guiding principles. right? And one thing that you'll hear from Steve and I talking about all the time is we have a guest first philosophy, right? In that everything that we do, we look through that lens of putting the guest first. When we're looking at villas, we're putting the guest first. When, during the pandemic, right? The guest comes first, right? We have spent thousands of hours thus far on the phones with our owners, with our partners, talking about cleaning protocols, health protocols. In fact, we were literally just on the call with our boots on the ground, in Jamaica, where they had to hang up because they were on the phone with the health ministry of Jamaica working on the villa protocols, right? Again, everything that we do is through a guest first principle. Now, what makes us even more different is over the past 18 months, we have completely transformed ourselves from being a villa rental company to being a company that provides personalized villa experiences, right? The villa is the home, it's the hardware, it's where you stay. But we have an incredible team of concierges who are experts in the destinations, who work hand in hand with the guest, with the travel advisor, in completely customizing the vacation. And as part of our guest first principle, what our concierge team practices, because they hear it all the time from Steve and I, is no is not an option. And like that, we have countless numbers of stories of where this concierge team has gone above and beyond to really personalize and make that experience memorable for the guest at the villa. You're not going to get that from a do-it-yourself site. It's not going to happen.
I mean, it could be as simple as having a princess deliver a birthday cake to a little girl in Orlando on her birthday.
Or Steve, we had the one guest who they loved mermaids, and
Yep.
we set up a glass bottom boat tour, and as part of the glass bottom boat, mermaids showed up. Right? Again, for us, no is not an option. If we can make it happen, we're going to make it happen. We want them to experience those moments. Yeah, if you say, hey, I'm going to the Turks and Caicos for Christmas, I'd like a Christmas tree.
No problem.
No problem. We will ship a Christmas tree and have it fully decorated upon your arrival in your villa. Again, no is not an option.
You've got villas all over the world. So how are you able to, and you have different owners, how do you standardize your COVID-19 policies?
Well, what we've done is we've reached out to all of our owners, and really from the beginning of COVID, and have had conversations with them. I mean, it started when COVID first started, and it's been an evolving process, and it's still evolving, Alan, to be perfectly honest. But we really wanted to speak to them about 3 to 4 items. Number one, how do we regain the confidence of the consumer for the travel advisor? How do we make it easier for the travel advisor? And how do we ensure that it's a safe environment for our mutual guests with the travel advisor? So number one, we said, we're going to need more flexible payment and cancellation terms. Now, when we talk about flexible payment and cancellation terms, we're referring to events like, God forbid, another COVID, God forbid, an earthquake, God forbid, hurricane, whatever it is, something outside of the traveler's control. What we're not asking our homeowners to do is, that they booked the villa today and then the homeowner painted the trim brown and now they don't like brown trim, so they're going to cancel their booking. That's not what we're talking about, obviously. We're talking about give us the ability so that customers know that if they book, there's the ability to have very late cancellation fees, meaning we're giving people up to 28 days prior to cancel a reservation in the event of some sort of emergency. So that was number one. Number two, we're working with our homeowners. We as a company have established a escrow accounts for all of our homeowners. We're asking our homeowners to allow us, instead of pre-COVID, the way it worked, travel advisor would pay us with their client. We would turn around and pay the homeowner. Homeowner has the money. So in the event something happens, we don't have the money, the homeowner has the money. Well, we want to try and offer some sort of protection to both the homeowner as well as the consumer. By having escrow accounts and asking people to allow us to put the money in escrow, it protects the homeowner, protects the traveler. We're also giving the homeowner and the travel advisor, manager, and owner passwords so they have access to the actual escrow account. So if Alan Fine was traveling and he went to ABC Travel, that agency could go actually into the Citizens Bank portal with the signature that we've given them to sign up to see Alan Fine's payment for his reservation.
This is your peace of mind policy.
Right. So that's what we're talking to people about. And like I said, it's a work in progress. The other portion of it was what you alluded to earlier. We're asking all of our homeowners to at least adopt minimum standards that the Villa Rental Management Association, the VRMA, has come out with. It is a guide for cleaning. It is a guide for health and safety. How do the staff interact with the guest at the villa? How do you clean the villa? What chemicals do you use? So there's a protocol, and we're asking all of them to at least adopt that minimum standard. Now, I'll take it one step further. We are also asking them, if possible, and again, Alan, it's all a work in progress, and once we have all of this together, we will show it on our website which villas are adhering to this. Mm-hmm. And we may lose some villas that we have if they don't want to adhere to these, or we may have, and we're not sure yet on this, to be honest. These are the villas that are adhering to all of these protocols. These are the villas that are not. You take your choice. Or True, but part of that seal of approval, part of what you're putting them, the customer knows that you're putting them through their paces. So that list will be very important, showing that this is a villa of distinction, this is a villa of a little less distinction. Right. So to speak. Mm-hmm. But Willie and I haven't really decided that yet. I mean, I could tell you we've had some, when they say, look, I need the money to operate my villa. Well, that's a red flag. If you need our money as a deposit to operate your villa, guess what? You're gone. We don't even want you in our program because it's just not worth the headache, if something were to happen to the client's deposit. If we had one that said, look, I have my own protocols. I don't need anyone telling me how to clean. We literally dropped an entire destination because of that. Because sorry. Well, it's quality, not quantity. And you have 3,200 going to 3,500. Let's keep the best ones. It sounds like.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And Willie said it from the very beginning. We don't want to have the most villas. We want to have the best villas that we can offer to our travel advisor partners that they can sleep at night knowing I'm booking with a really good company, a company that's got heart, a company that has passion, a company that cares about me, and a company that cares about my guest. And that's really what we try to portray to our travel advisor partners, that we care. That's good. That's good. But now you alluded to this earlier about what's open in Florida. But let's talk about, in the scheme of things, what's opening, or what are the opening dates you're excited about? Willie, why don't you take that one?
Yeah. So right now in the U.S., we've got Orlando and Miami open here in Florida. We've got California, Colorado, Utah. Las Vegas is open, and we have an incredible product in Las Vegas at Caesars. We have South Carolina is open. Jamaica opened this week. Cabo San Lucas is open. St. Martin is open. Puerto Vallarta is open. There's a fair number of destinations. One of the destinations, Steve and I have been excited about having Jamaica open up. We're excited that it is open. Now, the next destination that we're really excited to open up, which is one of my personal favorites, is the Turks and Caicos, which we have stellar product in the Turks and Caicos, and that opens up July 22nd. So we're anxious for the Turks to open up, and we are taking bookings already for July 22nd and beyond.
And the DR. And the DR
is open as well, yes.
Yes, and St. Lucia is also opening up as well. So we're seeing a lot more of the destinations starting to come
Alan,
on board.
as the destinations open, in fact, today there's an email that's going out to all of our travel advisors letting them know of all the destinations that are open and what we have been notified by the tourism boards that or the country themselves that are opening. So as we get firm dates by a destination that they're opening, we are immediately communicating it right back out to the travel advisor so that they can begin contacting their guests and bringing them onto the destinations.
And we're also going to be sharing with them, obviously, what is the arrival process going to look like? Because we think it's important for them to understand it's going to be very different than what it was. You used to arrive, you'd go through customs, show them your passport, get your luggage, you're gone. Well, that's not going to be like that anymore.
I see it as there's a plus and a minus. The plus is a villa is a lot of space. You're selling the new luxury, which is space, and that's great. But the fact is that I love that you are going to vet these villas to make sure that this arrival procedure becomes something we can trust as well.
Absolutely.
Now,
In fact,
I'm also was going to ask about the outreach to the travel advisor, which you've just started to talk about. So you're keeping in touch with them, letting them know. Do you have any programs or incentives that travel advisors who aren't aware of you yet can start to learn about you through?
Okay,
yeah.
so we've been doing quite a bit with the travel advisor community. Willie and I, when all this started, Willie and I sat down and said, look, we have an opportunity to really figure out how we can embrace the travel advisor community even more. So what we did is about 4 weeks ago, we had a totally change in our thinking, and we made a lot of changes on our website and on our social platforms where it used to say, call us or your travel advisor. We're now putting on all of our marketing material to consumers that says, we strongly recommend using a travel advisor. And there's also a button on the pages that say, if you don't have a travel advisor, click here, we will recommend one to you. And I've already recommended a couple to a certain number of advisors. And what I do is when the email, because it comes to me, Alan, when the email comes to me, if I have a client, let's say that's from Westchester County in New York, I don't just say to the consumer, here, call Alan. He'll take care of you. I get on the horn. I call the travel advisor, say, look, I have a client for you. They're looking for this. I'm going to send you an email with an introduction. So this way there's a physical introduction to the travel advisor, and then hope they get a customer from that. And Willie has been doing some things on social media with that. We had an email that we sent about 2 weeks ago with a direct link to our website, which said, we love travel advisors. We know you will, and here's why. And on that site, it said, it told you 5 reasons to use a travel advisor. So we're really focused on pushing consumers to a travel advisor.
Well, so it sounds like the travel advisors who aren't on your email list will need to get on it. So they should go to the website and sign up.
Absolutely. Yep, they can. So they go to the Villas of Distinction. There's a tab across the top that says resources. If they go to the travel advisor section, they scroll down towards the bottom, they can fill out the form that's there. Steve will receive it, and you'll automatically be loaded. Now, Alan, aside from all of that, and what we did is we came out with a campaign that Steve and I proudly referred to as "With You to Stay." Right? Villas of Distinction is going to stand side by side with the travel advisor. At one point in my career, I was a travel advisor, and I took great pride in having guests and clients come to me and being able to send them on vacation and showcase my expertise, and then having them call me back saying, wow, that was incredible. So during this very difficult time and knowing the impact that COVID has had on travel advisors, we came out with You to Stay to campaign. And the other portion to the campaign is when we first started with a bonus commission, right? So outside of the commission we pay on the villa, we also tacked on a bonus commission, right? We wanted to make sure that travel advisor was, earning maximum dollars, right? So they can get through this pandemic.
Appreciate.
When it first started, we were at up to $750. Right now, we're up to $1,500. So on top of the commission that you would earn on a booking, we're also tacking on up to an additional $1,500 commission. On average, what does that mean for a travel advisor? You can earn about $4,000 per villa booking with Villas of Distinction.
We're going out to 100,000 travel advisors. Some know you, some don't. That's why I asked for your web address. What do you want to say in parting to them about Villas of Distinction?
Well, I think Willie said it best with, we're here to stay. We're there with you. We are going to support you moving forward. We are a member of every consortium. We've been a member of every consortium. I mean, the least number of years is 3. The most number of years is 13. And you don't stand side by side with the consortiums and get asked to come back year after year after year if you're not providing a quality product, a quality level of service, and really being their partner. And that's what's most important to me and Willie, is being a partner with them and understanding that they have open access to both me and Willie. We do as many of these interviews as we possibly can. Funny thing, I mean, Willie mentioned to you that we're heading to a villa for a live remote. Well, every Wednesday we do Wine, W-I-N-E, Wine Down Wednesdays with Willie and Steve, where we just do a Zoom meeting with as many travel advisors as want to come on, and we just sit there and answer any questions that they have. There is nothing off the table. So we really want to communicate with them. We want them to know that we are their partner in this, and just tell us how we can help you, because this whole live remote came from someone on a Wind Down Wednesday saying, hey, why don't you take us to a villa? And Willie's like, well, I can't take you all, but what I can do is I can take you via the Zoom meeting.
So this is every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday from 5 to 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's a very informal session where for like the last 3 weeks, we've actually sold it out. So we're going to be increasing our Zoom license to be able to invite up to 1,000 travel advisors.
Well, I'm hoping that we'll help you with that right here and now.
That would be phenomenal. It's become a family to where, since we've been doing it, we've been seeing a lot of the same advisors coming back, and it's a great time. I'm getting ready now to head to our newest villa in Orlando to showcase it, and we're going to look for other opportunities to be able to showcase our villas, on there. Steve said it best. We're here to stay. We're here to support the travel advisor community. Villas of Distinction has been in business now for 31 years. We attribute much of that success to the relationship that we have with the travel advisor. And probably one of the biggest accolades that we are most proud of is every year for the past 5 years, Villas of Distinction as an organization has been recognized by the travel advisor community as the best villa vacation company globally, right? For 5 years in a row now, Alan, we have won that Travi Award, and Steve has had the honor of collecting that award for us in New York, right? That's a testament to who we are as a company and how the advisors view us as a company.
So that is what I wanted to hear. I just want to make sure that before we leave that the travel advisors know how to get involved on those Wednesday meetings. Is it on the website, or do they need to get an email from you?
So they're going to want to sign up. If they're not receiving our weekly emails, they're going to want to visit the Villas of Distinction site and subscribe. Again, if they go to the top right hand, they'll see where it says resources. They click on Travel Advisor. They fill out that information. They will automatically be added to that list. And on Fridays, I believe, we send out a reminder email to register for the event, and then we send another one out on Tuesday to register for the event. It has been selling out. It's been filling. We don't charge, so I don't want folks to think that we charge. But it has been filling to capacity. We're now going to extend it up to 1,000 advisors so we can bring everybody on board. And again, Steve and I do the webinars, and we get so many questions that we run out of time to answer them. So now we do Wind Down Wednesdays and just answer questions and have a great time with a great glass of wine. And you never know who's going to...
Right, and not for nothing, Alan. We've had quite a few agents win some Amazon gift cards. We actually gave away a villa to Cabo on Cinco de Mayo, because we did sort of Wind Down Wednesday on Cinco de Mayo day because we thought it was a perfect match. So you never know how generous we're feeling on these Wind Down Wednesdays.
And Alan, one of the things that we have not talked about here, but it's important, right? Because it speaks to the DNA of who we are as an organization. Again, Steve and I, the passion that we have for the business, the passion that we have for the travel advisor community, and knowing everything that's going on with COVID, we actually reached out to our villa partners and we said to them, we've got healthcare workers that are putting their lives on the line each and every day. We want to award 4 very deserving healthcare workers with a villa vacation. And as a result, we were able to get 4 villa stays, week-long stays. Steve, remind me, it's in the DR, it's in Cabo, Orlando,
and Colorado.
And Colorado. Do you want to elaborate a little bit more on what we're doing with that?
Yeah, I mean, we actually teamed up with the Signature Travel Network, and they are collaborating with us. They are providing air. We are providing the land, and we're just getting all sorts of stories that are coming in, nominations. And Alan, I got to tell you, there's not a single one of them that isn't deserving. And I'm glad I am not on the selection committee because I don't know how they're going to select who's going to win these. But I wish we could give every one of them. Whether it be healthcare workers, whether it be teachers, first responders, they all deserve it. But we wanted to do a little something to give back, and we reached out to one of our consortiums to see if they would be interested because again, we wanted to tie in the travel advisor into this process. We didn't want it to be just Villas of Distinction going out there, so we brought one of our good partners in Signature Travel.
Well, and a lot can go wrong on a trip, and you're going to a villa, and you need the backing, and so you supply that, and it just sounds very.
Thank you so much.
Well, good luck on all of this. Especially, let's get people to go to the Wednesdays because I think that's a great marketing device that you have there.
Thank you.
Hopefully, let's catch up, and maybe in a month or so, as things change, we'll talk again and see how things are progressing.
It'll be our pleasure.
That would be fantastic, and hopefully, the three of us can get together at one of our villas and have this conversation once again, Alan, and you can experience the villa product for yourself with us.
Would love that, but let's first get you and everybody back on their feet, and then we'll do that. Thank you.
Got it. Thank you.
This is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.